Holy crap! I can't believe that Nintendo sent me an early copy of Mario Galaxy 3. Haha! What a great and unique joke. This was another one of those games like Sonic Colors, for instance, where I didn't actually have the console required, but whereas I got a Wii eventually, thanks to titles like, Mario Kart and Skyward Sword and Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Metroid Other M. Actually, I thought it was alright. Fuck. But with the Wii U, it was like, it was the Wii U. I mean, it's got some good games, of course. You got the, your Super Mario 3D World, and you got your Wind Waker, and you got your Yoshi's Woolly World, and you got your Sonic Boom. Actually, I thought it was wrong. No, that's not happening. My interest in Sonic Colors for the Wii slowly arose over time, also thanks to my time with Sonic Colors on the DS, which is a pretty good game overall. But we have the game here today, under scrutinous eye. Not the Wii U version, unfortunately, the PC version, which was ported a few years later. And you know what that means? Bugs! No anti-aliasing! What am I playing? Minecraft? And of course, pre-rendered cutscenes that look like YouTube from 2005 because they couldn't be fucked re-rendering them!
Living in the city!
It's like a roller coaster!
Sonic Lost World? More like Sonic Long Board. This is another one of those games where Sega looked at the critical acclaim and success of Sonic Generations and just said, let's try something else. On the one hand, I applaud them for trying something new, and I will say there are several aspects in this game I really enjoy, which we'll get into later. But for some reason, they just scrapped everything after it bonked. It's what they always do. Make a game, try something new, didn't work. Let's not improve on it or refine it for the future. Let's just reinvent Sonic again. We all thought they'd learn from their mistakes when Generations came along, the refined experience from Sonic Colors and Unleashed. But then, Lost World! And then we thought they'd learned from their mistakes again when Forces was announced, but, So it seems that somewhere in between Generations and Lost World, not only did Sonic Team forget how to do the boost formula, but they also forgot how to make a good game. I kid, of course, but Lost World is fucking weird. For some context, here's a graph of my overall enjoyment with Generations. The little blop right there is the final boss. Here's my time with Forces. The little blop right there is the whole game. And here's Lost Worlds. But unlike Sonic Generations or Sonic Forces, this game actually has decent writing.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot! That's horrible!
Oh, no, sorry. I was thinking of Sonic 06.
Now you two better let Elise go! Or else I'll do something I'll regret later! I'll use my fist, and I'll hit you! I'll be like, ugh!
Well...
Here we are!
And we've got some... classic low-res textures for the menus. That's always a blast. Because it looks like Sonic Blast up in this bitch. I'm having a blast! So the game starts off with a wonderfully animated CG cutscene. Well, I mean, it's not like it's gonna be live action, is it? Why are you still looking at me? Look at the cutscene, please. Wowzers, look at those fucking clouds! Those are some good clouds. So the game starts off with Eggman stealing a capsule of
critters.
Sonic and Tails are of course there to stop him, and they want him to
drop the critters.
So in order to shake them off, he does just that. We've got Roger Craig Smith back as Sonic, of course, and Orbot and Cubot. I wrote Obot. And Cubot here too, because we gotta have that comic relief. Eggman blasts gay love Sonic and Tails out of the sky, and they start hurtling towards the
Lost Hex!
So what exactly is this Lost Hex? I mean, I don't know, tell me shit. So Sonic and Tails crash land. Oh, we're just here now, okay. And there goes Tails by himself, alright. At least they tried making Green Hill Zone look different this time. So as I said before, Sonic Lost World is, Sonic Lost Weird. Sonic's natural running speed is... not really very fast, is it? You can hold down the right bumper, or maybe it's the right trigger, I've got the feeling my controls are all messed up, to make Sonic run. It's really weird though, for some reason Sonic moves way slower when moving left or right, same for jumping. It's really disorienting when you mess up a jump because of it. I get that the levels are longer than they are wide, but why not just fine-tune the levels and controls so speed isn't an issue? Like in, I don't know, Sonic Generations? Sonic also runs real jankily. You'll find yourself having a hard time just moving in the direction you want to go. It's like 06's sensitivity but with none of the accuracy. It's really just odd using these kind of controls controls. It's literally just Super Mario 3D World with Sonic. I really don't know why they thought the run button was needed. It's probably because the controls weren't really all that refined. Sonic's legs also do the figure 8 thingy like in Sonic's Eddie and Brawl, although unlike in those games, Sonic legs aren't going nearly fast enough to warrant the inclusion. Honestly, look at this. Does it look like it needs this figure 8 spin to you? Sonic can also jump. The odd thing about being this is that he turns completely into a ball. No flashes of the real Sonic underneath like in the Adventure or Classic games, and it's not a bad thing or anything, it's just an interesting tidbit. Sonic can double jump again, like in Colors, something you all know I'm not fond of. Just give me the fucking air dash, come on! But unlike in Colors, Sonic is completely vulnerable when he uses it, which is pretty shit, to be honest. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but golly gee, it's sometimes a righteous pain in the bollocks. He can also homing attack with the double jump button, and this has been changed up the wazoo too. Now, for some reason, he can homing attack multiple enemies at once and also charge it up. Not to mention it now attacks in a big arc rather than homing straight at the enemy, which is odd. I mean, it's not bad or anything, it just looks kind of weird sometimes. He could also do the homing kick, something completely unnecessary, which is only here to make the game more confusing. It's actually here to add a bit of variety to the gameplay, but most instances it's just completely pointless. It's literally just a game of charts whether you'll need to use it or the homing attack 99% of the time. Sometimes you can easily destroy an enemy with a homing attack, and other times it'll just stun it, or sometimes— oh shit! The only instance of it being used well that I can remember is with the big pig lads. They send out bombs that you can kick back to destroy them. I mean, it makes sense. But having the egg pawns only killable via the kick, when we've been destroying them for literal years with the homing attack? I mean, whose idea was that? Probably the same person who thought this was okay! The spin dash is back, now able to be used infinitely for some reason. It's somehow easier to control than Sonic when he's running, mainly due to it acting more like your Mach speed segmenting, something that oddly enough comes back for this game. And I actually really like the running animation here. If only Sonic moved his legs faster. In every Sonic game it seems he's just not moving them quick enough, with the exceptions of course being Sonic 1 to Mania and Unleashed for the Wii and PS2. I'm not kidding, look at this shit. Sonic can also bounce, something back from Sonic Adventure 2. Its use is limited, you only get 3 bounces, and after the third highest bounce, Sonic uncurls and is vulnerable to attacks. And you also can't kick or homing attack anything out of a bounce. You can hold down the bounce button when on the ground to make Sonic crouch though, and if you move around, Sonic will do that. Now, not only does Sonic have all these moves, but he's also got the new parkour system, something which is really never explained very well. Essentially, this means he can run on walls, run up walls, climb ledges, and vault over things. Something I learned from a fucking YouTube video, not the game itself. I'll be honest, I really like the wall running. I mean, it's fast, fluid, really fun to use. Running up walls, however, is a bit of a different story. Sometimes you'll make the extra height if you spin dash on it, and other times not. I mean, I think there might be invisible walls on these things, or maybe if you jump first, you can't get as high. It's not explained or mentioned in the game as to why this is, and quite frankly, it's annoying. The game doesn't want you getting to the special paths without going through the proper means first, and any thinking outside the box is quickly squashed, just like in Sonic Forces. And shut up about me going on about Forces. It's a good example of when I want to explain everything wrong with Sonic. There's also— fucking hell. I guess just how Sonic Team thought Generation succeeded because Classic Sonic was in it, so too did they think Colors was praised because the Wisps were in it. If you know me, you know I don't like the Wisps. Actually, no, I don't mind the Wisps themselves as an idea, I just don't like the way they're always implemented. In Colors, it made sense. The whole point of the game revolved around the Wisps. They were a bit janky and pace-breaking most of the time, but they worked for the most part. But because for some reason some people thought they were the best thing on the fucking planet, they've been in every mainline Sonic game since. Problem is, they've got no fucking reason to be. Even if we take into account that Sonic Team backtracked harder than JonTron when he said he was going to start making videos again about the whole Wisps leaving the planet forever by mentioning it briefly in a no longer available mobile game and a comic which came out literally years after Lost World was released, there's still no mention of them, hide or hair story-wise, in either Lost World or Forces. They're encapsulated, ready to save, but for some reason Eggman isn't using their power or mentioning them or even fucking throwing a sneaky sideways glance at one, like me sneaking a glance at a pair of big jugs.
Those are some fantabulous fucking mother trucking jugs right there. Thanks.
Here we have Laser, one of the old Wisps, coming back. I don't know whether it was just my controller, but it's really hard to aim accurately with this thing, and it's never as satisfying as it was in Colors. It's never fluid or fun. Every time you use a Wisp, the controls are shown to you, and every time you exit a Wisp's form, it shows you another message telling you the power is depleted. I mean, no shit, Colors didn't do this. It just paused the screen for a bit to help you get your bearings, although I wish there was an option to turn that off. I'd love to have a fluid Wisp control without all the freezing. For example, Frenzy just instantly transforming, or Cube just stomping instantly where you are. Actually, the only Sonic game to use Wisps in any fluid way is Forces. See, I can say good things about Forces. So throughout Windy Hill, excuse me, did I just get hit by running into the side of the spikes? Throughout every fucking Sonic game, you can run into the side of spikes just fine. Why do you need to be so special? Throughout most of the levels, you can find animal capsules, each housing 10.
Critters!
You can jump on them to open them up just like in the classics, and you'll actually want to find them this time because they're the requirement for accessing future levels.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm gonna need some proof that you've been saving the animals before I let you through here. Oh, alright.
Oh, yeah, mate, sorry. I'm gonna need to see proof of at least 45 animals that you've saved. Yeah, the world's ending, you know. Like, I don't have the time for this. Yeah, nah, mate, there's... I'm sorry, just all of the rules and regulations that I've set myself this very morning they just don't allow you to get through here. Then what am I meant to do? Well, I mean, you could always play Green Hill. So it is just Windy Hill. Windy Hill. I said Windy. I said Windy. No, you said it. You said it. No. You said it first. No. There's no bloody creativity. Just fucking go. I'm getting out of here. So Windy Hill is essentially Green Hill in the sky with windmills, and that's all there is to it, really. Just imagine if Mario Galaxy went from planets to penises. There's also some cloud segments where you press the jump button to launch yourself into the air. I just thought I'd mention that. It's kind of its own thing. There's also a couple of different collectibles in this game. For one, the bell, which you find and touch multiple times for reward, and the bingo numbers, which are just called bingo numbers because that's what they were in Sonic Heroes, so please just let me have this one, which give you an extra life as you collect them all in the right order. You finish the level, of course, opening the animal capsule Eggman dropped in the first cutscene. Makes me wonder how the hell they lived on Impact. Those are some hardy fucking critters. Also, where are they meant to go now? Or are they just expected to live on the sphere, floating in the sky for the rest of their lives? Well, I mean, they could probably jump off at any time and still be perfectly fine when they hit the ground. I mean, if they can survive this, they can survive that.
Oh, why can't I catch this Pikachu? I'm gonna Pokemon Go to the punishment room.
Did you just make a Pokemon Go joke in 2018?
I'm sorry, Dad.
Top of the morning, you ladies.
So here comes Knuckles and Amy, and it turns out they aren't on the Lost Hex. They're seemingly back on planet Minecraft. What the fuck? And it looks like they're here story-wise because, So Amy asks Sonic in a shrill, grating falsetto of a voice whether he saved the animals or not, to which when Sonic says just the one that Eggman dropped, which... Alright, she shrieks.
Save the rest of them!
It's a nice way to tell us Eggman's been stealing a bunch of them without flat out saying it outright. There's a reason for her to say it. I mean, she's worried about the critters. If this wasn't Forces, they'd probably just get Eggman to say it all like, Sonic, how I hate him. I also stole 184 animals and put them in 23 capsules dispersed throughout the levels. Ah, crap, that's a nice DLC too, isn't there? It's really just the same bosses with skins over them. I mean, no real need to go in there. I know, also, I forgot to record any gameplay, but fuck it, this video's already 10 times longer than it needs to be. So Eggman's back in his black hole of a lair. I mean, would it have killed them to give it a bit of detail? And he's explaining to the Deadly Six, most of whom are shrouded in darkness. Ooh, who could they be? Definitely not the characters on the fucking box. How he goes on about making his robot army.
Transformation 101. Bunnies to badniks.
Yep, you heard him right. They're calling them badniks again because nostalgia, I guess. Also, he's using animals to power them again because nostalgia, I guess. Next, you'll be telling me that we're going back to the 2D gameplay. Oh, fucking Christ. Also, what's with Zavok? He speaks calmly and seems quite cunning, even able to manipulate the other Zeddy into doing what he wants them to, but nothing in his visual design shows us this. He looks more like a red Bowser. He's got the fucking shoulder spikes, for shit's sake. What's with this weird turquoise monobrow? He's got such a weird fucking design. Every other Zeddy looks pretty good, I'll admit, but Zavok's the only one where I always have to do a double take. Are those pants? Is he wearing pants? Wait, why are they all wearing pants? So here we are in the second act. Why am I running so slow? Why do I have so many questions? Here's a new wisp introduced. Asteroid. It functions similarly to Void, where it destroys everything in its path and sucks it in. The difference being with this one is that it doesn't fly. Instead, you charge up your junk flying around you to jump, and the more junk, the higher the jump.
Oh man, I'm gonna jump so high.
Seeing as all the nigger wisps were turned back to normal at the end of Sonic Colors, it makes a lot of sense to have a new wisp that somewhat takes the place of the old ones. Or Void comes back in Forces. Okay! Well, that doesn't make a lick of sense. Or did they just half-heartedly throw why they're in here in another mobile game or something? Nope, not even that? Okay. What the fuck? So Zaz is the first boss fight, and it's... He just throws his stars down in an easy-to-dodge fashion and then charges you after you hit his giant face thing enough times. After a couple of hits, he's meant to get back up on it and start over with the star things, but you can just hit it again to knock him off. You can apparently charge up the homing attack now. It's really weird, and that sometimes it just decides not to work, or whether that be it just won't charge up or it just won't lock on. Well, that's done, and I got a radar from Sonic Riders. Jesus Christ, I hope you're like springs. Can you, I don't know, let me maybe jump over the gaps, you know, so I feel like I'm playing? Isn't this Windy Hill anyway? Like, why are we underground now? Oh, right, because Mario does it. It even sounds like a Mario song. Stupid-ass Sonic Lost World and lack of ideas, dumbass game. What is with these spike balls? They don't even have a slowdown before they change direction. They literally just jank and bank and forth. Yeah, I get it. I have a wisp. Get off my back! Oh, that's some sweet fucking popping right there. That's the power of PC, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, hang on. Let me check something. No, max graphics. So something else about Sonic Lost World, I sort of briefly mentioned it before. The game doesn't bother making sure you know how to play it. It doesn't bother pausing the game to give you instructions like in Colors or Forces, and it doesn't bother running it along with you like in Generations or Heroes. If you want to learn something about this game, you gotta wait until a question mark icon appears at the corner of your screen, and then press the corresponding button to bring it up onto the screen. Or if you're playing on the Wii U, tap it on the gamepad. And of course, the game doesn't tell you what that button is. Heck, it took smashing all the buttons on my controller to figure out how to bring up the item menu, which for some reason Sonic has, and it actually takes the place of items within the levels. Yet, no longer will you find shields or invincibility monitors just by looking around. Also, you just use them from the menu. You can get these items by going into the overworld map and talking to... What was I going to say again? Oh. Right. Now, for some reason, the square button is not only the air dash and boost, but also the homing attack? I mean, it's really weird how they would just suddenly change the button. It doesn't make much sense if you ask me. Hang on, I'm not reviewing this game. Oh, you silly guys, you cheeky sneakies, golly gee. So as I was saying, the fourth monkey tower I want to talk about in Bloons Tower Defense 4 is a boomerang thrower. Hey, why is this capsule floating above the ground? Just don't mean to do that.
I've been looking for you, Baldy McNosehair.
Oh, excuse me, mate. Could you please stab me in the throat with this, please? Just a little. Baldy McNose here.
Oh my god, just attack Eggman. He's wide open. Just fucking attack. He even had his back to you. Are you serious, Sonic?
I've been itching for a fight all day. I think you're itching because you need a bath. Are you disrespecting me?
Someone do something! Fucking hell! Wow, I didn't even know this was back here. I'll, just make my way across here. Or Sonic will go flying off to the right there. Go back to the item thingy before. Here, I can show you one in action. Let's, how about the power sneakers? Wow. I'm fucking speechless. First of all, what was that exactly? Reach for the stars? What connection does this game have to Sonic Colors other than shamelessly reusing the wisps for no goddamn reason? Next you'll be telling me the invincibility item is the Sonic Heroes theme. That is the Sonic Heroes theme, doesn't it? I'm out of here! Also, was it just me or did Sonic not go an inch faster? Like seriously, I think all that item did was change it so I could no longer walk. What was that length? 10 seconds! Sorry, what?
There's that little punk. I've been dreaming about pounding his sorry blue butt.
Sorry, what?
Rob, what are you doing?
Getting into bed.
What about the video?
I don't care about the video.
And what about the ad revenue?
God, could there be any more invisible springs? You know, Sonic's got a move special for traversing walls like these. You know what actually annoys me about the Wisps in Lost World? Some of them just end whatever the heck they want to, whether the bar's still got some juice on it or not. Normally I'd be down for this, you know, to stop you flopping about on your butt like a seal out of water. But how about instead we just press the Wisp button again to stop the transformation? It would give us a bit more control, meaning this kind of crap wouldn't happen. Did I mention that you can only use wisps in specific portions of the levels? I understand wisps like Rocket and Spikes and Colors not being able to use them in 3D for fear of breaking the game, but why can't I use my wisp here? It stops the wisps from being a power-up and just turns them into a hindrance. Not to mention obligatory, in some levels you've got to use the wisps to... Why is the word wisp? Wisp. It makes it so annoying to say that you gotta use the wisps to proceed. That's what I'm trying to say here. Wait, what? Is that... Hello? What an intense chase, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently it stops when Sonic stops. And back into the action, look at the speed. I mean, Zaz's fight is ridiculous. I mean, how am I meant to do anything stuck behind him? I don't know, man.
They are the Deadly Six, and they are your worst enemies.
God, why did they change Sonic's design yet again? You can see here they shrank his spines and legs down to make him more classic-y, and it just makes him look fucking stupid. And Forces went even further with this by outright changing Sonic's color and giving him even shorter spines. And what the hell is Tails saying here?
I've built a TV out of paper clips.
Yeah.
And reprogrammed a supercomputer using dishwashing detergent and a toothpick.
Also, can I point out how stiff the animation is here? I'm not asking for fucking Disney quality or anything, but when Sonic says cool, he doesn't even keep his eyes on Tails' face. I'm sure that technique works wonders when he's talking to Rouge. So the next zone up is Desert Ruins. We get a small cutscene beforehand where Eggman plays a 6 solo for the Zeddy. So it turns out that Eggman is controlling the Deadly Six, and that is definitely not a mutual agreement to destroy Sonic. Although it really shows just how dumb the Zeddy are. Eggman literally shows them the conch that controls them right in front of their faces. I mean, Zavok could just slap it out of his hand, no problem, and they could easily overpower Eggman. You'd expect him to come up with something smarter than that, like rigging up the conch to a system where if Eggman ever senses any danger, the conch could be played over speakers or something with the press of a button. As it is now, Zavok could just punch Eggman in the gut, and while he's wheezing, unable to breathe, Zavok could stab him with his ice cream cone shoulders. But this cutscene does raise some interesting questions, such as, why does the conch affect the Zeddy this way? Where did the Zeddy come from? The Lost Hex? Are there more Zeddy? Are there more conchs? Fuck, well we never find that shit out, do we? So, Desert Ruins. Desert levels in Sonic games have always been really creative, from Sandopolis in Sonic 3 with its ruins, sandy traps, and spooky ghosts, Sonic Heroes with its Rail Canyon and Bullet Station, which combined a Grand Canyon theme with a train station aesthetic, and Sonic Unleashed with Shamar, Middle Eastern-inspired level. What kind of theme will Sonic Lost World decide to go with? How about generic desert level number 35? Generic desert level number 35, anyone? God damn it, Sonic, yeah, we really know you aren't even trying anymore to earn your figure 8. Of course, the level itself isn't barren from new ideas, of course. You got the sand on which you can't run or spin dash on. Except that you can. And that's more shit that's never explained or mentioned in the game. I learned this shit from a fucking speedrunner. Whoa! Sonic's arms are not long enough to do this! This level also introduces a new threat, that being the big sandworms. You might have seen one of them in Forces, I'm assuming brought over from the Lost Hex thanks to the Phantom plot device. Hey, I just realized, you think Lost World was originally called Sonic Lost Hex? Hey, Tails! I've lost my hexagon! Here it is, Sonic! Oh, thanks, Tails. Well, that's it. Oh. The worms themselves, for some reason, are actually in front of the 2D section here, and they don't change where they are in accordance to the camera. So it's just whether you've got good timing on where you should be at what time, rather than actually being able to outrun them. No, God, stop it, please. Oh! Someone doesn't look very happy to be in Sonic Lost World. Cheer up, buddy. It could have been Forces. Oh, here's another move I forgot to mention. Sonic now has a running wall jump. It performs pretty much the same as the regular wall jump, but now it's always in a more enclosed space, and Sonic's continuously moving, making it much more of a fluid motion. It also kind of reminds me of Shadow the Hedgehog's triangle jump. Actually, come to think of it, this game's wall jump in 3D is the closest we've gotten to going back to the triangle jump, one of my favorite moves ever in a Sonic game. Sonic Heroes had a faster, more fun version compared to Shadow's, but Shadow had the whole running thing. If we could have a mix between these two for the next game, that'd be great, thanks. So here we see that there's a red ring that awaits on the other side. Clearly, it's too dangerous for me to just waltz across the spikes here, so what do? Well, thankfully, Sonic Lost World doesn't treat me like a child and allows me to work out things myself. I can remember that there was a separate path below going up, which would allow me to get the red ring there easily, without having to deal with the spikes, as I could grab the greenery up there to swing my way across. You already know what I did, don't you? Oh. And now we're here. And there's nothing here. Could they have not just animated Sonic coming out of a building or something? Like, even Sonic Heroes did that. Well, time to head back, I guess. I wonder what Tails is doing right now. I'm making a rocket ship! So here's another new Wisp, Eagle. It allows you to fly faster than hover and dash too. It sounds great, right? So, what's its purpose? You tell me. It's pretty bad. For one, you can't go anywhere you want with it. You sit along a path, literally on rails. You can't go higher than the game wants you to, nor lower. Have fun trying to fly for all the rings! But you won't, because it controls like ass. I think the only Wisp even remotely fun of this game is Asteroid, and even then I only used it a total of twice, both times on the same level. I'm sorry, but the Wisps just really suck in this game. Now, is it just me who's annoyed by this, or has anyone else noticed how the game keeps changing its springs? One moment there'll be the modern version, and the other they'll be all classic-y. I know it's not a big thing that really changes anything, but I get really pissed off with this kind of thing for some reason. I mean, just pick a fucking spring! If you want to try to sell this game to me using nostalgia, yeah, that's fine. Actually, it's not fine whatsoever, but for this example, let's say it is. But don't go trying to mix random shit from different games that don't go together. In the last few games, it seems like they've been trying to pull random old things out of a hat. Yeah, let's put a Green Hill here, and a chemical plant here, let's have a classic Sonic shop here. How about a Chaos from Sonic Adventure? People are nostalgic with that game now, right? Well, let's use him. Wow, those people are going to be pissed I'm still talking about Sonic Forces. I mean, how can I not? How can I not?
Hey man, they just released a patch for Sonic Forces. The game's good now.
What do you mean?
Like, they patched it and it's good now.
Is he like drifting?
Yeah, they added that in, yeah.
What about classic Sonic?
Yeah, no, they took them out and like now you can play as Tails instead. Now all the 2D sections are completely gone.
And Green Hill?
Oh, the first level is called it's a place called Scorched Hill. It's like a green hill completely devastated by like the heat of the desert. So like all the plants are dead and stuff. It's pretty cool.
What do I do now? It annoys me how quickly this game gets lazy. Play the first stage, and it's actually really fun. You're running fast, finding alternate routes, wall running, finding secrets, exploring around. Look at this. This is a straight fucking line. What? Why is there a spring here?
Hey, who are you calling fat? You?
Wow, Willie, what a zinger! What's the deal with this cutscene? How did Eggman get the footage for one of the previous cutscenes on his monitor? Why does he keep playing into the background at all times? Why can't Eggman afford some proper fucking lighting in this place? So here we have this honeycomb beehive level, and it's a level based around the Mach speed segments we've seen before in, like, the first level. Wait, wouldn't this level work better in Windy Hill Zone? Like, seriously, trade this one in for the underground one. Just swap the green sticky stuff with the sand here from Act 1 and boom, done. I'll take my $5,000 through PayPal, thanks. Gosh, I actually really like the running animation here. It looks like Sonic's actually making an effort, unlike in the other Sonic games where he just holds his head completely forward like he's taking a leisurely jog in the park. The Bumper Engine, a fan game made by the same guy who worked on Green Hill Paradise Act 2 Final Mix, Super Edition, Mega Collection, Wii.exe, Part 7, Rise of Lyric and All Things SD, and Knuckles Ash Shadow featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series uses this animation for Sonic's final speed, and it works really well. Sonic also uses this brand new ability here called the Multi-Homing Attack. It's never used again. Whoa, there's so low on the W2 eager. That was almost a face plant.
I can't believe he made it this far. He's gonna make me look bad.
Now here's a cool little trick, not really needed in the PC version because getting 100 rings actually gets you an extra life. That's right, in the Wii U version, getting 100 rings didn't even net you a 1-up. If you keep grabbing these lives and then dying over and over again here, you can essentially keep farming them forever. So the next Zeddy we're fighting, as you saw in the previous cutscene, is I never learned his name. Oh right, it's Zomom. Wait, what do I mean, oh right? I don't think they ever mention his name! Xena calls him that once, apparently. In the entire game, actually. I don't even know what the rest of them are called. I know Zavok and Zaz, and now Zomom. I'm assuming that's Xena. That's the master guy. What the fuck? I finished this game twice. Why don't I know his name? Zor? What is he called Zor? Oh, in Zavok's fight? I thought he was talking about the master guy. What, he's 112? The youngest? Wait, hang on then. What's the master's name? Master Zicken. Zicken my ass. Zicken my ass, really?
Wow, you're barely...
Hang on, he didn't even fall onto the platform. He just teleported on. Wow, what have I stumbled onto here? So Zomom is a unique boss fight, that being because he's really, really easy. Oh wait, there's every boss fight. He's unique because the homing attack is broken here. Oh wait, that's just this game. He's unique in the sense that it takes place on a giant floating Minecraft head. I don't get it either. Zomom smashes down onto it in order to turn it, so make sure you get... Cool, great. Sonic Cross World, why the fuck is he falling at a rate of 3 kilometers an hour?
Like coming for you, Sonic. Oh. Yeah, boy. Oh, yeah, I'm coming for you, Sonic. Oh, oh yeah. No. Ow. Oh, oh, he's getting further away. Oh. Sonic, you better watch out. I'm coming. I'm stuck. Just Sonic. I'm coming for you, Sonic.
Got him.
So Eggman's back in his base talking to Cubot. Wait, what the fuck? What? They're destroying the world 2 zones in? What?
Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Feed me, baby.
Whoa, what the? So Eggman apparently is only borrowing some of the world's energy for his machines or something. That's what we saw, and it was an energy extractor, I guess. But it looks like the Zeddy have other plans. Oh-ho! And again, it's not like Eggman's actually holding the conch. I mean, it's not like he can hide it in those skin-tight clothes. Can't you just waltz over and smash him up? Who cares? Wow, guys, get ready for Desert Ruins. Who the hell made this place? What does a map of the Lost Hex even look like?
Okay, so we have a windy hill with those dildos in the sky, the underground path, and the desert. And in the desert there's a giant hive in the sky. When did that get there? Can someone sort out the giant killer bee problem, please? I got it. Oh, let me see now. What's all this dessert in the sky? Who's been messing with the natural order of the Lost Hex?
Man, don't you ever appreciate my baking? This level's actually got some of my favorite music in the game, the others being the Zeddy boss fight music and the sea-bottomed Suug
Sieg? Sag? Unfortunately, the level design's a bit lacking here. It's a fully 2D level and it's clearly trying to bank off Sweet Mountain success. And then the homing attack's still broken as balls. Trying to do a kick here, just let me fucking bouncing my ass off. And look at that, a huge blue frosted sprinkled donut. Who the hell has a huge blue frosted sprinkled donut lying around? Like, seriously. For some reason, there's a bunch of cannons from Sonic 2's Oil Ocean here. They make no sense to be here other than to pad out the level time. I mean, listen, if you want to make the level be longer or seem bigger, here's an idea. Make the level longer or bigger. It's just really unfortunate because with all the really neat aesthetics this level has, it's just a shame it's so basic and blocky. I mean, where's the spinning licorice like in the first few seconds? Or where are the loops? Where are the wafer hills? What about drilling through ice cream? So many possibilities just wasted, but at least they decided to make it a special level rather than just stretching it out into 4. It shows that they're at least putting effort into trying something out of place just for the fun of it. But what's with these weird clouds that move with the camera? And the chocolate balls that make boing noises? Well, I mean, I've never jumped on a chocolate ball before, so I wouldn't know, but actually, screw that.
Alright, welcome. I'm going to be testing these chocolate balls for, you know, their bouncing capability. So I've got one in my hand right here. Just going. Alright, so we're going to test whether it boings when you hit it on the ground. Alright, so you can see it didn't really go boing. We've got more to test out, so we can fucking just
Are those my chocolate balls?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you have a request for me? Well, I have a request for you. Fuck off.
One word of helpful advice, diet and exercise.
That's 3 words.
Well, that's a stale-ass sandwich. What'd you make it out of? 2-year-old bread? Listen here, I'll show you how to make a good sandwich.
Yeah, we're getting some sandwich ingredients.
You're making it so awkward.
You see, we got a very classic sandwich coming up here. Sonic Lost World style sandwich, which I will come up with the name for in a while. Because it's Green Hill.
We're at the countdown.
And that's how you park. Thanks for watching my video.
Actually, your handbrake's not on, you can't still go.
Fuck. And that's how you park. Thanks for watching my...
How could you not film him with a nose that big?
Oh, stop!
Fuck yeah! This is a true day. Get a shot of me in front of Countdown.
Doesn't good. Is it still filming, by the way?
Yeah.
Sandwich material. Perfect. Liquid dishwasher, more like urine. Sour cream and chives. Perfect addition to any sandwich. Not bad.
Right, I think we're zoomed in. There we go.
Oh, I would give some of these, but I don't have the budget. It's on. Is it on for you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the face. Yes.
G'day, welcome back to my kitchen. We have our ingredients here. Let's get started on the sandwich, shall we? Pumpkin loaf, two bits of bread, 1 candy cane. Fuck it, just who cares? Plastic's going in there. Sour cream and chives. That's probably the most important ingredient. It's pretty good. That smells good. I call it the Zeddy's Slammin' Sandwich. Oh yeah, that's nice and moistured. Join us next time for another Slammin' Sandwich recipe. Catch you guys later.
So here we are in Dessert Ruins Act 4, and oh boy, it's an auto-scroller! How fantastic!
I wonder if those spines will stick in my throat when I swallow them whole.
So here's Drill, another returning Wisp from Sonic Colors, and it seems mainly the same here as it did in Colors until you realize you can use it to leap in and out of the ground, whereas the former immediately transforms you back if you so much as sniff the air above. This is another Wisp which could actually really work well with a hold button down to use Wisp idea. I mean, imagine having the Drill utilized in a similar fashion to here, but when you press the button after jumping, Sonic will transform instantly and drill into the ground, and then you can speed up when you head back to the surface, leap into the air, let go of the Wisp button to transform back into Sonic, and then, I don't know, do a homing attack or something. The choice is yours! But on this game, in this game you don't get a choice. Yo, I appreciate the tornado, but it's got no bottom to it. Also, it just randomly speeds up and slows down. If it's gonna do that, why not just allow me to play the stage normally with a tornado always slowly catching up? So Zomom has a couple moves, one of them smashing his fat ass on the ground, which knocks Sonic down for so long he has enough time to rethink his life choices. Of course, it only takes a couple hits to dispatch him, as long as you charge it up. Or it just doesn't charge up, alright. Now you gotta make sure you stand a good distance away from his tornado move. There is a small part in the boss fight where you do some drilling. It's pretty easy, but make sure you... Thanks to the new wall Zomom sets up, we can easily avoid his tornado spin attack and give him some of his own medicine. Or fucking not, I guess.
I hone your abilities.
Oh, you mean this?
I equip you with the most powerful mechs I can create.
You mean these? You created Metal Sonic, did you not? You know, the robot who completely overthrew you and then almost destroyed the world?
Most powerful mechs I can create.
I even give you a giant sandwich.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll give you that one. I mean, all I can make is pasta bake.
Nom. 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 Nom.
So Sonic decides the best course of action is to boot Eggman's clarinet away, and even though Tails tries to warn him, of course he doesn't listen.
Gone!
Wow, that's so Sonic, am I right?
When is it a mistake to take your toys away?
When it's the only thing keeping 6 angry Zeddy from controlling my mechs.
Wait, mechs? I thought they were calling them badniks now. Wait, you can't even be consistent in the same game? Oddly enough, the first time anyone used the word mech for Eggman's robots was in Shadow the Hedgehog. I remember Tails saying it, I think. Odd for something like that to make its way to Lost World. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If I remember correctly, in Sonic Heroes they just call them robots. So the Zeddy take control of Eggman's badniks, and they instantly start to gun them down. Why can the Zeddy control Eggman's mechs? I don't know. But I do love how Zavok's all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna control these badniks so hard, and his ass is all covered up by his hand and Zomom's fucking face. What the fuck?
Shiver me timbers.
Ooh, his voice chip's all wrong again, because that was the best part of Sonic Colors. So how the hell are the Zeddy even controlling the badniks in the first place? With their hands? What the fuck is this writing? Zaz then does something Sonic really should have done a long time ago. Attack Eggman directly. They even gang up on him, like double teaming him. Why haven't the Zeddy tried that with Sonic again? Like, it's not like Eggman's a bigger threat, he's a fat old man. Ew.
I hate to run away from a fight, Tails, but I don't want to see you get fried.
You're kidding me. Out of every game and every fight, this is the one where Sonic says, yeah, Tails, don't stick around, you're gonna die. They also did this with Colors' final boss, and it's just as fucking stupid there as it is now. Like, when did Tails forget how to fight? Defend himself.
Oh man, I should have listened to you, Tails.
And when is Sonic? Don't even listen to Tails!
Shut up, Tails!
Okay, yeah, well that one's kind of already a thing. Here we go, Tropical Coast. What am I looking at here? Oh, now I get it. Solid water. It makes a noise when you slide down it. You know, this level doesn't look too bad. The music's got a pretty good tune as well. A pity about the generic instruments. Sonic games have always had unique music for their beaches. I mean, listen to Seaside Hill. And Neo Green Hill Zone. And Emerald Coast. Wave Ocean. In that Tropical Coast. Seems a bit overly generic, right? Like something Mario would have for a beach level. Oh! It's still got a fucking great tune in parts of it, though. I wonder if anyone's done a cover of it. They have not. God, the homing attack here is worse than Enforcers. At least I know how it works in that game. So the crabs here require a kick and a homing attack to destroy, meaning you're better off just ignoring them because fuck that shit. God, that's disorienting. Sonic Lost World? More like Sonic Lost My Lunch. Did I mention that Lost World does the see-through camera thing when you go behind something? Well, it does. Which is nice, because there's no camera control in this game! Sonic Colors, I understand, what with it being able to be played on the Wiimote and all, but Sonic Generations, Lost World, and Forces just have no excuse. Oh, I see why it's not in Forces. Okay, Okay, let's just try out the drill wisp here, I guess. So you get sent to the other side of the stage, where you're underwater, which is by far the easiest way to do drill in 3D. Fan games have tried this, but honestly, it's a waste of time unless you want to do some sort of radar vision for Sonic or use underground caverns as secrets. I mean, okay, actually, that's a great idea. Drill could actually work really well in 3D. Sonic Team, make it happen! If you can, that is. You can only switch between two heights, which kind of sucks, but you can, Jesus Christ, was drill always this fucking slippery? And was it always just Sonic's head with the drill just slapped on his face? Ah, crap, I'm missing all the rings. I gotta swim through all the rings! I spent a good while trying to figure out if this flower functioned the same as it did in Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush. I don't know why I expected it to function the same, I just did for some reason. Friggin', why don't the hell the bingo numbers go from 1 to 5 instead of the other way around? I'll just do it again, I guess. Do I do it? There we go. Oh, some nice popping again there. Oh, I hit the jackpot here, ladies and gentlemen. Let us collect the reward. Collect the reward. Let me just, I got it. There we go.
Boy, do I love Sonic Clutch World and its controls!
Hang on. Go back. What the fuck is this? What is this fascination with nostalgia and Sonic Team? Badniks, Green Hill, Classic Sonic, turning modern Sonic into Classic Sonic. And now they've gone so far they've given up animating a falling animation so they can make Sonic run in the air like in the Genesis titles.
Stop it. Get some help. This nostalgia addiction has gone on
long enough!
I farted when I screamed. Yo man, they just released the next Sonic game. Check it out.
Oh, this looks promising. Sonic Supremacy. This, looks pretty good. Ah, son of a bitch. Excuse me, what the fuck is going on with this pop-up? You know what these flowers remind me of? Scalar. But you didn't see that shit coming. Well, that's a good thing all these extra lives are here. I really need them right now. I'm gonna land on this capsule! No, I'm not, alright.
Alas, poor Cubot. I knew him well.
Ah, yes, a Shakespearean reference. I'm sure your target audience is chuckling at the funny comparison. Who is your target audience?
Thanks to Sonic, everything's gone.
Is that flower moving at 2 FPS over there?
The Zeti have an innate ability to manipulate magnetic fields. They can make electronics, including my mechs, do interesting things.
So how the hell are the Zeti even controlling the Badniks in the first place? With their hands? Or what the fuck is this writing?
No. I controlled those powers with the conch until Sonic punted it away with his typical stupidity.
Get lost, Eggman, and let us get things under control.
It'll be good to stretch these old bones.
This level has a pretty cool theme, I guess. It revolves around giant fruit. Mario did it first! Although for some reason some of them are real and some of them are mechanical. Don't know why that is exactly. Maybe Sonic Team has some sort of agenda against Origins. I mean, I don't know, just saying. Whoa! How the fuck? Oh god, I hate how close that was to being on time with the music. I really don't like how all the springs don't let you move once you've reached the peak of the jump. It just makes the game seem all that more automated. Excuse me, what the fuck?
Speed cannot defeat wisdom, little hedgehog.
Never thought the game after Generations would have me doing this, of all things. Okay, apparently you can speed up in the juice with the run button. Makes sense. Okay, I like the blowing birds and old Badniks idea just fine. Generations did it great, although Lost World really fucked up their designs. But this one really doesn't work in 3D, at least if it pushed me off the edge or something.
Sonic can now use parkour moves, run up and along walls, vault over obstacles, and grab onto ledges. Effective command of these moves allows you to find new routes through the levels, keeping the high-speed action flowing.
So the Rocket Wisp is back, although this time only usable in 3D. You can aim it wherever you like, in the preset areas, of course, and blast off to another... Wow, that's some detailed grass. You can kind of just spin around with this, huh? I wonder what Sonic looks like right now.
Prepare to be tested, young one.
Oh no! It's coming right for me!
I tested the blue one.
Better ways to make him suffer.
Savic's mouth is fucking weird. Is the red bit not his lower jaw? I always thought it was more of a this. But the way he is now, I mean, what does he even look like without the red? Oh, Jesus! What about his eyebrows too, just for a laugh?
shit, they're pulling out the mega weapon of death and destruction in the third world? I mean, I guess these guys are just smarter than we took them for. They get right to the point, I suppose. We'll just ignore the past 2 levels and just pretend they were trying to figure out how it worked during those.
How do I make the big metal thing go?
I think you pressed the big red button.
That's the power button, man.
No, I already pressed it.
You could see the full thing. Oh, there's a video. Oh my god. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross.
How did we even get onto here? I just want the controls for the big metal swirly death thingy outside. Ah!
I think I found it. There. Says it'll be ready in 5 minutes.
You said it would be ready in 5 minutes.
Pizza delivery. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, this level's really pretty. Oh, bit of pop in there. Oh, man, this level's great. It's like Planet Wisp, but without all that stupid-ass mechanical shit. Ah, son of a bitch. So while the level itself has some great music and an almost great theme, the main point of it, that being the grinding, is it just me, or has grinding in the recent Sonic games become really, really boring? In Sonic Adventure 2, you could lean, you know, crouch for speed, and had to make sure you didn't fall off. It was a risk-reward kind of thing. Sort of. In Heroes, the falling off thing was taken away, unless you count the whack-ass rail switching. But instead, now you could actually accelerate, as well as switch rails. In Shadow the Hedgehog, they made the rail switching more reliable, as well as making the acceleration more build-upable, if that makes sense. But it was pretty similar to Heroes version. Then 06 came along, and for some reason they stopped us from being able to slow Sonic down on a rail. I mean, he just kind of goes, and that's that. I mean, you can still turn around to accelerate, but it does nothing, really. Generations/Unleashed kept the rail switching mechanic from Shadow the Hedgehog, but instead of accelerating, now you just boost instead. I mean, I know in Generations you can turn around on the rail, but again, it does nothing. And now we have Lost World. You can jump and rail grind. Well, and I'm assuming Forces has, well, you can crouch on it. I mean, that's something. You have to manually switch between rails by just jumping, which is a heck of a lot more engaging than just flicking the stick left and right, or I suppose by hitting either of the shoulder buttons. Wait, what? What? There are also some new rails, red and green. Red slows you down and green speeds you up. Honestly, it's kind of boring just watching Sonic grind without any input whatsoever. Oh. Sonic Lost World? More like Sonic lost his animations.
Sonic, something bad's happening.
Whoa, what's going on?
Don't sound so concerned there, Sonic.
It's like something in the sky is draining the life out of the world. Plants, animals, even the air feels cold and dead.
Oh, hang on. Did Amy just say all the animals are cold and dead?
Okay, you guys stay safe down there. I'll try to figure out what's going on and stop it.
Yeah, no, they're dead. Hypothermia works fast, man.
I shall prepare for you a lesson in respect.
Oh, yeah, old man? Well, I'll teach you a lesson about getting your ass fucking kicked. Goddamn old men telling me what to do. Right after I get my lime milk, goddamn, gotta get my goddamn drink. Give the hell in, please. Sonic, look out! What's with this pineapple? Am I pushing it, or is it afraid of me? If I'm pushing it, why aren't I pushing it?
And here we see the majestic flying hedgehog in its natural environment.
I just wanna smack the monkey. Can I please? Ugh. Oh. Well, I mean, if a spin attack can't kill an enemy in this game, I don't see why I should have to run either. I mean, running is as good as jumping in this game. Why does this remind me of Sonic 06? I ain't running, you can't make me. Okay, apparently that's a thing. Seems like they just really dislike explaining things, I guess. Ah, crap, not the fucking monkeys again. I'm gonna smack them real good this time. And here we have a detailed, in-depth look at Sonic Lost World's homing attack system. So here's Sonic. Now, we can see that the target is locked on to the old man here, just like it has in the other boss fights, so we just gotta wait for it to charge up, you know, like it does in every other boss fight. It doesn't. So we say, alright, well, let's just go ahead and just hit him. Oh, hark! Looks like the homing attack is charged up in the air here, leaving us plenty of time to press the jump button again to attack him. And there's the double jump. Sonic lost cause, ladies and gentlemen. And now the game's all like, hey, want to target the old man again? So we have another cutscene here with Eggman explaining that the Zeddy have control over his new machine.
What was it designed for, Doctor?
Sorry, what Tails? First of all, did you just call him Doctor? Like, that's really weird. When has he ever done that except for when he says his whole name? And what was with that delivery? Are they trying to make the scene dramatic? Here? Again, how the hell did Eggman get this footage exactly? Why did he get footage of Earth exactly where Knuckles and Amy happen to be? Or does the whole Earth just look like that now?
I'll supply the brains. You will supply the brawn I need to get past the Zeti.
Oh, and you're asking so nicely.
Good one, buddy.
What? No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. Also, where did all that meekness from before go just now?
Yeah, well, teaming up with you feels like the end of the world, Eggman.
You've teamed up with him before. I mean, I wait, unless this is a reference to Heroes, where Metal Sonic was going to destroy the world. No, it can't be. The writers probably didn't know the game even fucking existed. Oh. Oh my. This music. This level is... It's...
Holy crap, it controls like ass!
Wowzers! This music can make any level fun. Hey! Whoa! Look at me go! Wowee! Almost any game. Sonic starts skating when he's on the ice, which instantly reminds me of Shadow. Speaking of, what the hell is he doing while all this is going on?
How did you even order that? Do we have a credit card?
Although you can still turn really easily, making the ice physics feel really wonky. He also does a pirouette spin if you jump while skating, which is cool, albeit a bit hard to control. I did fail to mention this before, but if you hold down the run button while standing still, Sonic will start running in place, which is a really nice touch. Although confused the shit out of Donkey, seeing as he didn't know how the spin dash was a thing.
What? Use your roll, Sonic. Oh, what? You can do this?
These cloud bits are really fucking boring. I mean, Generations had their little cloud bits, but they didn't make whole fucking sections out of them. Oh, great, now I gotta jump on these fucking capsules while I'm half fucking blind. Also, there's ice physics! Dang, this music is really good. Has anyone done a cover of this one, at least? Oh. Oh, they have. Whoa, holy shit, dude. This is like if it was in Sonic Adventure 2 or something. Wow. Wow, nice job. Nice job. You deserve more subs than me, that's for fucking sure. What is that fucking expression, though?
Whoa, overcompensate much?
Wow, overcompensate much? Then suddenly Tails freaks out a tad and starts throwing insults around.
Yeah, well, feelings mutual, egg face.
As a trans-egg-shual myself, I do take offense to that.
Then, because the writers needed some sort of inner conflict, Tails,
And you don't trust me to do it.
Tails has just lost it.
Then we have another cutscene with Zavok and the stereotypical self-absorbed teenage girl. Actually, come to think of it, the other characters are pretty stereotypical too now. Amy's a common girly girl now, even though she used to be badass. Cream's now a common little girl, even though she used to be badass. And the sexy woman, who used to not sound like she was permanently stuck on the seduce setting. Hey, at least we have these three, right? And now I'm a snowball. Why am I a snowball? Oh my god, this is a fucking nightmare. So, as Snowball Sonic, you can jump, spin dash, and roll. Yeah, I don't get it either. It has no story reason, no gameplay reason, and it's not really very fun. At this point, I think they just did this just to keep the game varied for the sake of keeping it varied. Is that all you have to say, Sonic? If it was me, I'd be saying,
Help! I'm stuck inside a snowball! It's really cool that I can't breathe!
It's cute the way he keeps on trying to get past all the death traps and enemies and stuff. I think he kind of likes me.
Hang on a moment! Oh, wait, her? Oh, yeah, right, yeah, alright. I do like how the rings stick to the snowball, actually. I mean, that's a fun idea. Probably what tempted them to do it in the first place. What the hell am I meant to do here? Do I attack him back? Ha-ha!
I'm gonna need a mani, a petty, and an avocado facial scrub after this horrible day.
Man, oh man, you guys sure do know how a woman thinks. Great writing, guys. Great writing. Also great level design! Wow, a boss fight as the Snowball. That's, fun. And inventive? So essentially you just have to hit the snowmen without the bombs on their heads, something made much harder to do with the angle the camera gives you. Did I just hear a goddamn banjo? I didn't realize there was a banjo bit before. Also, she is not moving in the direction her legs are.
Gotta go. Call me.
What? Who wrote this shit? What? Who animated this shit?
Ooh, that was cool. Pun entirely intended.
You know, I am watching this shit. Where did Frozen Factory go? So this level's pretty unique in the fact that it's completely flat. Whoa, 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 whoa! So in this level, you collect these little silver coin thingies. Damn it, can you just leave me alone, please? All right, here we go. So in this level, fuck! You can deposit them for points? Well, that's useless. Hey, now we're playing pinball. Because, you know, Sonic 2 did it. Although in Sonic 2, it was naturally a part of Sonic's moveset. Here I'm just playing pinball in the middle of a Sonic level. This level has some funky music and a cool theme, but in all honesty, it's pretty boring. The level is essentially just a straight line with some enemies sprinkled in here and there. What? Why did this send me to a new place? I clearly wasn't going anywhere. He even started falling back down there. Oh, come on! What is this trollop? And just like that, I've won the system, folks. Oh, I mean, I guess I gotta stop sometime. Here I go. Oop, out of the machine, I guess. Wait, what? I die? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. You know, the point of an optional minigame is that it's supposed to be optional! And there go all my rings. Thanks, Sonic lost my respect! There we go, finally. And there go my rings again. Thanks very much, appreciate it. I'm gonna grab these coins here, just, ow. Ooh, right in fire, because I go back there again. Ow! Oh, God, fuck, damn it, all the hell. Why is it that the only thing this game does well is get worse? You know, they say that something's off about Sonic's skating animation. Holy crud, are you seeing these slides? Even Sonic Lost World has drifting. Whoa, what the? Sonic can do a medium jump on the clouds? How many moves of his do I not know still?
The last time we met, you ruined my nail art. Now I have to reapply a whole new coat.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? I am so sorry.
Oh, well, in that case...
Oh no, what I meant to say is, I'm so sorry that you have nothing more important to do in life.
Oh.
Wait, what was she gonna say if Sonic hadn't butted in? That she wouldn't fight him? Man, I just love waiting for enemies to stop attacking so I can continue with the game. Oh boy, 2D sections, you gotta love them. Me, I just love to hate them, but whatever. Ah, here we go. Hold on a fucking second, I found the dab button, guys. You know what? This level's actually quite pretty. I'm enjoying it a lot. And fuck you, Sonic Lost World. The last time a dash pad threw me off the edge was in Sonic 06! Red ring! Oh, no. Wait, whoa, how's this flower growing on ice? That deserves a dab and a half. Why the heck are we in Metropolis now? I mean, people give Windy Hill a bit of shit about being Green Hill with windmills, one of those people being me. But what about Frozen Factory just being Metropolis from Sonic 2? Oh, wait a minute. This isn't Metropolis from Sonic 2. This is just Mad Gear Zone from Sonic 4. I'm not singing Sonic 4 music. What the? That doesn't sound right. Okay, I'm gonna spin dash over to that wall so I can run up it a bit and then leap off into the animal capsules there. Fuck. So in Xena's fight, she's got these big-ass lasers coming out of her hands, which are pretty cool, I guess. Didn't really expect much when the last fight just consisted of her running away, but hey, I'll take it. Come on, homing attack! Homing attack! I thought I could smash this, but I guess not. Also, by the way, 2 hits and she's dead.
Truly, your robots are a reflection of your genius, Dr. Eggman.
Shut the fuck up, Tails. So Tails decides to put Cubot's head on a crab meat's body, which results in Cubot getting real aggressive.
Tails!
I can't figure you out. 1 second you're contemplating genocide, and the next you're saving one of your worst enemies.
What's with Sonic's delivery on these lines? They all feel really whiny, I guess? I've said it a million times, but in Boom, Sonic sounds great.
And you? What were you thinking, Tails? You could have gotten yourself killed.
I was just trying to help.
What? They're just gonna leave it there? Sonic's not gonna say something like, "Oh, I see, I appreciate it, Tails, but you're worth much more than Cubot's body." Haha. Actually, probably best to stop there. Knowing the writer, Sonic probably would have just said,
"Shut up!"
So the ZD decide, what the fuck is going on with this computer console footage here again? Why do they just use a previous cutscene for this? There's no way they could ever get these fucking shots.
Time. Something Sonic is running out of.
Wait, hang on. Did they just reuse the same shot there? Do they just have the scene on loop? Anyway, so they want to make Sonic a robot. The same thing Eggman's been trying to do for I don't know how long in the comics. Ooh, Silent Forest. This'll be a nice, quiet, relaxing level. Sonic Lost World! More like Sonic Lost My Crust! So Silent Forest actually looks pretty cool. I mean, nowhere near as good as the concept art, but heck, at least it isn't using the same background. Are we just not going to talk about that then? Oh, wow, looky here, a running animation and some AI for the egg pawns. It's almost like this game's had effort put into it. You know, I'm finding myself jumping over dash panels and springs awfully often in this game. I really wish they just didn't exist at this point, especially with the whole automation thing about them.
Must have missed this one.
Sonic, it's a trap!
Tails, no! Those rotten, sneaky...
Tails acted for the greater good. Let's make sure his sacrifice isn't for nothing.
I'm supposed to be the fastest, but I was too slow to save my buddy.
What? So first off, how the hell is that capsule meant to capture Sonic? It opens from the sides. How does Sonic open the capsules? That's right, the sides!
So of course it's the fucking top!
Also, sacrifice? Where's the seriousness coming from? We're in a fucking cartoon-ass jungle, and why is Sonic's voice still so fucking annoying?
Sigh.
Hank! No. No. Love how Sonic just lets Zord just walk away, like, there's your chance of getting your friend back. Sure, just let it waltz off. If they wanted the story to have a more serious tone, it would have been great to see Sonic in a hostage situation. Give me my fucking friend!
Maybe all the enemies and death traps will finish Sonic, maybe they won't. Does it really matter in the cosmic scheme of things? We're all gonna die eventually.
Wow, someone's being a negative Nancy. I think you need a little bit of determination.
Did someone say determination?
Fuck off, Yuri!
I thought you liked Yuri.
Screw Yuri!
Then what about Monica?
Screw Monica! In a different way. Watch this mad skill. Bounce 3 times to get to the upper platform. Oh. You know, here's something I didn't think of before, but I'm shoving it here now because fuck it, I'm not reading through my script to find an appropriate place. I mean, come on, are you gonna sit through and read all this shit? The parkour system in this game was handled really badly. The only part of it I think that worked well was the wall running, and even then it was a bit janky sometimes with, you know, how you started it up. I really think Sonic games need a more fluid control scheme. Take a Hat in Time, for instance. You almost never have to stop moving in that game because Hat can control so well. Even when the game lays out a slower path for you to traverse, more often than not you can work around it thanks to your expansive movement options. Now, Lost World doesn't completely lack options when it comes to movement. It's miles better than Force's options, that being whether you want to boost or not, but I really hope for future games they take the fluid, expansive approach to Sonic's moveset. And as I said before, the wall running feels good, so that's why it sticks out of my mind, but also that it's the only parkour option where you don't have to stop and start over and over again. Pretty much all of Sonic's moves in this game require him to either stop or slow down. Think more like a Hat in Time, Sonic Team. Think more Sly Cooper or Crash Bandicoot or, I don't know, the game that somehow does rolling better than you! And on that note, what the fuck, why is this wisp so big? It's just as big as Sonic, meaning it's 3 feet tall! I don't get it. No, not this guy again. At least this time I can take him out with a homing attack. Oh god, he doesn't die! Life's not worth living anymore! What's with these rings that just pop into existence? New Super Mario has that too, but at least they move in from the side or something. This is just fucking lazy. Looks like I can get across here without using this stupid-ass wisp. Oh, not? Whew, close one. I really don't like how you can't double jump out of a bounce, especially since the bounce stops your forward momentum almost completely. Okay, fine. Guess I'll use this then. I still don't get it. Okay, so in this part you have to hide from the spotlight so you don't get seen by the big robot owl. Sorry, the badnik owl. Oh crap, he's got me! Or not. Hey man, is that a shooting star? God, rhythm just isn't any amount of fun. In the Wii U version, you were meant to tap on the screen where the notes were and Sonic would move over to them. Sounds, interactive, I guess. But now that there's no touchscreen here for the PC version, guess what you do? You press the jump button. Over and over again. It auto-targets the next note and you move to it. That's it. Just the jump button. Over and over and over and over. Did I mention you have no other control other than pressing jump? Ah, here we go. So we'll just sit here and wait for the meter to run out. That's the proper way to play. Man, what is this owl looking at every time it raises its head? Squirrel!
Just give up, Sonic.
Okay. The thing with this level is that you can skip a couple of the hiding places if you're fast enough. What we're going to do is try to get to the next one before... Oh.
So in this Zor boss fight, you have to kick back the projectiles he sends around the arena to knock him off his owl. Once he's down, you can homing attack him, even though for some reason it doesn't want to charge up. Listen, if you're gonna be making a new mechanic Sonic team, you've really gotta let us know how the hell it works first. Repeat a couple times and that's that. What the fuck happened here? It's Infinite all over again. Looks like Zavok figured out how to work the computer. So the Zeddy are finally opening the capsule containing what they think is Sonic, but instead they get...
Somebody messed up royally because we don't have Sonic.
We know.
Why did that sound like something out of a preschool show? Right down to the long-ass pause and the drawn-out words.
We know.
Whatever, here we are in the next level. Fuck, really? Honestly, I have no idea why this level's in the forest stages when it's got so much ice. However, I do appreciate how the music changes when the giant boulders start rolling at you. If I said that before, I apologize. The video's getting pretty long. Jesus, the whole inner tunnel gravity schmumpus just doesn't work properly. Look at Sonic here. He's jumping as if it was just flat ground, and then he just clips onto the side here. Ah, damn it. I just hate how you can't influence your mid-air direction with the pirouette jump. It's like Castlevania up in this bitch. Gee, doesn't this look familiar? Okay, so here's a great part of the level, I'm sure you'd agree. So I run down this hall here, I jump over the octopuses, which have eyelashes for some reason, I don't know, you tell me. Jump onto this wall to climb it, and, I don't know. I'm at a loss at this point. I mean, I stumble around for a bit, until it hits me. That's it! This game is bullshit! Of course! The thing I couldn't see was the solution all along!
Now that's what this is all about. Removing harassment from gaming.
What? See, that one had a spring! So now we're on to Zone 4. Shouldn't it be Act 4? Come here, bitch. So now we're on to Zone 4.
Look at him all, I'm so fast and stuff.
Okay, firstly, he's not really going very fast there. And secondly, Sonic's using a different running animation there. One where he's not doing that stupid-ass figure 8 stuff for no reason.
Makes me sick.
Honestly, me too nowadays. Why is Sonic so slow in 2D? I'm getting sick of Mario's fucking faster. And why the hell isn't the kick or homing attack working here? What's so special about these enemies? Okay, so I get that I can't kick these big guys. Okay, I get that. Gotta kick the bomb back. That's what you gotta do. Alright, whatever. But when I bounced instead of kicking, for some reason Sonic thought it'd be a great idea to move left. You know, where the death pit is. This gravity is whacked, man. I guess I still thought my gravity was at the platform back there, but because I couldn't jump out of a bounce, I could do nothing but wait for Sonic to fall to his death. Stupid-ass Sonic Lost World stun all over. And here we have more drill segment circles in the sky, folks, because that's level design. And thus, RadicalSoda never unpaused the game for fear of death, and the Sonic Lost World review was never finished. I always do the shit, you know by now. Gee, this background track just doesn't get old. Just wonderful how they couldn't program the door without some sort of automation, so Sonic just X to a sudden halt for a second. So in the dark section of this level, Sonic can't homing attack. You gotta hang on to these levers like an oil ocean or Sandalphus in order to light up the place again. But I don't really care about doing that, I just want to finish this as fast as possible. Whoa, that was a close one there. Wait, we have a hint here, what does that say? Ah, okay. Why is Sonic's shoe trail so completely visible in the dark? Does anyone know how lighting works?
I'm sorry, this is just turned into nitpicking, I suppose. I mean, I know that the issues that I'm bringing up aren't that big of a deal, so I'll try to leave the small stuff from now on and focus on the big gameplay impacting issues.
I just want to show you all the Zor boss fight. Are you ready? It's pretty insane.
Only the Reaper wins in the end.
And that was the whole boss fight. I don't even know what he was doing. Just headbutting the ground. What? So here we are in Sky Road. Oh, sorry, I meant reuse assets from Windy Hill and call it a new level road. This is essentially just Windy Hill hard version with clouds instead of the ground. They didn't even try making it different. It's just like how they didn't even try changing Windy Hill up from Green Hill. God, wall running really just needs to come back. I mean, look how cool this looks. And it's actually fun. I could have just flown through this with the Eagle Wisp, but would you rather do this? Or this? Wisps or this? I mean, come on, give me your honest opinion here. Jeez, I do love how the spiked balls just start rolling whenever I get close to them. I mean, look, not moving, moving. Boy, do I love nitpicking. Oh, look, a whole mini-boss section based on the really slow cloud jumping mechanic. Cool!
If we don't find your friend, can I be your sidekick?
What? Shut up!
Sonic, did you just
Oh, you do not know how much material you've just given me.
In the brief moments that remained.
Shut up!
Eggman said he had some plan that will destroy
Shut
us.
up! Surprise! Shut up!
I thought I was dead.
Shut up!
Other than the...
Shut up!
This cutscene really serves no purpose. It exists for some comedic relief, I guess. It's got the upbeat, funny music and all, but the stuff they're saying is kind of grim.
If we don't find your friend, can I be your sidekick?
Like, as in, if Tails is dead? Like, what's going on with these cutscenes? It's like if I started a video review like this. Hello everyone, and welcome to my video review on Shark Tale for the PS2. Now, throughout my journey with this game, it became much harder for me to keep thinking positively, and that's why I'm leaving YouTube forever. Well, there we go, this is a lot better, and more ominous music, the acting's better, but we're still in happy, fun-time green-ass hill, and now we're here. And we're reusing assets from Silent Forest now, alright. I'm a speedrunning champ! Oh god, I don't think I'm meant to be here. Who designed this? It looks like someone's first ROM hack. So here comes Zavok, the big baddie and the strongest of the Zitty. Unless you're counting Zomom's stomach, of course. So you hit the end of the snake's tail so you can run over it to get to Zavok himself. So you... Or not. I mean, why? It even continues the same pattern here. It's the same places where you can run on it. Why not make it spiky or something so I'd know I'd have to jump there? So I guess you have to homing attack down the snake to get to Zavok, or the reticle just won't appear. Alright. However, I did figure out that if you kick the snake instead of homing attack, you won't waste time bouncing all over the fucking place. Oh, come on! So if you get there in time, you can hit Zavok, who's just, floating there. Yeah, no, yep, apparently he can fly. Okay.
Maybe it's too early to kill.
What were you thinking then? Something like 4:30? Please, I ran out of jokes like half an hour ago. I'm running on nothing here.
Sounds like you need someone to spice. I'm looking directly at the camera. Sounds like you need someone to spice things up.
No. So we get to the next cutscene and...
You just use the force.
So we get to the next cutscene and, well, they didn't really learn from the mistakes from the last time, that's for sure.
They're gonna turn Tails into a robot! That's horrible!
Look at this scene. Look at the scenery. Look at where Sonic's standing. Where did he come from? That's a fucking sheer cliff face. Listen to the music.
Oh, I don't know. Being a robot's not so bad.
Yes, that's definitely they're gonna turn Tails into a robot music.
That's horrible!
Yes, Sonic, that is. You think that we, the audience, should know that by now. You could have said something like, we've gotta hurry, or, you know, point out that if Eggman wasn't so slow, Sonic probably would have saved Tails by now. By the way, what happened to the tornado? Is it just gathering rust somewhere? But instead we get...
That's horrible!
Why do Sonic characters react to life-threatening news with a simple...
That's horrible.
And again, this cutscene actually serves no purpose in the grand scheme of things. I mean, we know that Tails is going to be turned into a robot, and we can assume that Sonic would tell Eggman, and even then, Eggman doesn't actually interact with Tails later on because all his robotic stuff just kind of vanishes in the next cutscene, even though he clearly outpowers the Zitty by himself. Actually, sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Anyway, Eggman doesn't even speak in this cutscene anyway, so it's just a joke from Cubot and Orbot. Actually, where the heck is Eggman in this cutscene? He's not actually here! They didn't even bother programming him in, what the fuck? And you know how I said that Sonic came from nowhere because, you know, there's no ground behind him? Turns out there's no ground behind anybody in this cutscene. So you're telling me they're just standing in the sky somewhere on a floating disc of Earth? Let's hope the next level makes a bit more sense. Oh cool, the 2D section. Oh cool, Flappy Bird. Oh cool, my will to live. It's gone! Now here's a fun zinger. I spent a few minutes dodging this pufferfish's robot thingy's missiles, waiting for a weak point to show up or something, but haha, of course not. Turns out you have to spin into the regular ass missiles and deflect them back at him. Reminds me of that other time you could jump into missiles and deflect them back at enemies. Ouch! Oh wait, yeah, that never happened! Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm done here.
Hello.
Guess I'm doing the first fucking level again. Here we go, shortcut. Do you think he noticed us? There we go, alright, let's just get on to the next level already.
What are you doing?
I gotta go.
Why am I in this? What purpose does it serve? Listen, there's a difference between variety to break up the gameplay and variety to slow it down to a crawl. So the giant machine thingy's sucking up the Earth's juices is continuing to... well, suck up the Earth's juices, and it looks like things are becoming bleak for our heroes on Earth. The Earth with fucking Minecraft trees.
It's too late for us, Sonic. Save the world and kick some butt for all of us. I'm sorry, I never got to say.
Amy! Knuckles!
What? Firstly, what the fuck is the serious-ass cutscene doing in the game where all the other cutscenes are composed of this? Why does this game insist on trying to include this serious-ass cutscene intermittently in between all the silly ones? I mean, you remember the cutscene I skipped with Sonic says,
"That was cool." Pun entirely intended.
That's also the cutscene where Eggman had a violent meltdown and said he wanted to strangle a Zeddy. Yeah! Does that not just feel completely out of place for anyone else? So the final Sky Road level is ripped off from the desert world. Where am I? Oh, so this is another one of those 2D levels for the most part with ghosts with ghosts floating around in front of the stage, so technically it should look like this. Who are these ghosts of anyway? Are they all the Sonics that have died throughout the game? Hey look, it's the Sonic that died from cruddy level design. Remember this shit? Wait, what? I can die from going back down to where there's more ground? You know, whatever, I should expect this shit by now. Oh no, wait, what? So that part of the ground gets to keep its ground status. I gotta go back. No, I can make it. Man, I sure love how I still don't know exactly how far Sonic can jump. Maybe that's just because of the constant change of speed depending on what direction he's moving in. Just reminding you of that. So it switches to an on-rails 3D sliding segment after a while, and it's okay. I mean, all you can do is move left and right and shimmy along some poles here and there, but for a mechanic that's never once seen during the entire game and then never again afterwards, it just feels really odd to have it here of all places. You'd think that I've implemented it in the desert levels somewhere to get you at least somewhat familiar with it first. Usually the final levels are made for you to show off all the skills you've learned throughout the journey, but with this game you're still learning stuff by the time the final boss rolls around. I really wish they'd stop replaying the same voice clip over and over every time I died too.
Just to reach the one Zeddy you cannot defeat. All this effort, all this effort, all this effort, all this effort.
Yeah, this bit was hard, alright. You know, I would actually say this level is the hardest in the entire game. Not to mention it likes to fuck with you just because it can. Also, Rhythm is here, just wanted to mention that. So here's Zavok's proper boss fight, which is gated off with these annoying-ass firebar guys. Just admit it, Sonic Team, you want to know the firebars from Mario. Also, excuse me?! So it turns out that Zavok's the only one with his own theme in his boss fight. The others Zeddy share the... and the... with their first and second boss fight, respectively. But Zavok starts off with the second music in his first fight, and is something unique for his second one. And for the only unique boss music so far, it isn't very unique. There have been other times the Sonic franchise has done really serious-sounding orchestral pieces, and each have had their own flair. Here's Metal Madness from Sonic Heroes. And of course, Dark Gaia from Unleashed. Oh, just skip that one. This one, however, sounds very generic for some reason. Even after just listening to it, I can't remember it at all. Tell you what, Sonic Forces, as repetitive as its music is, actually did Zavok's theme a lot better in my opinion. Wow, not only am I still talking about Sonic Forces a whole year later, I'm actually fucking complimenting it. What the heck? This music really doesn't go well with the janky-ass animations, though. I mean, seriously, I'm not saying they have to be Disney quality, again, but at least try not to make them look stupid. So here's where the problem in this fight lies. Okay, so I'm in the final stretch here. The rest of the fight, I mean, it's a piece of cake. You dodge a punch, wait for the lasers, it's fine, whatever. But here, at this part, you have to kick Zavok's arm away so he can't guard. I mean, easy enough to understand. He's off balance now, so we charge up a homing attack and bop him. Cool! Now he's really off balance. Now we just set up another charged homing attack and... Sorry, what? Oh, watch out, guys. He's chasing me. Here we go, he's back at the edge, got him wobbling. I'll try again, I guess. Maybe we gotta kick him. Apparently not. Here we go, here we go, here we... No. What do I do? What am I doing wrong? I'm trying to let it charge up to 3. Wait, I see. Okay, let it charge up 5 times. Right, silly me. Of course, the mechanic which was never introduced, explained, or used in any other Sonic game which functions different with every enemy in the goddamn game except for bosses where you can always assume it charges to 3, and that's the most powerful attack stun that gets changed, so we have to use it that way. Oh, of course. Fuck you! Oh god, fuck you so hard! Have you ever seen such a scatterbrain game in all your life? In all my days! I've never been so pissed off at a Sonic game. And this was the second time I've beaten this fight. I've played this before and it still fucked me up. Even Sonic Forces doesn't have anything this cheap. I mean, then again, Sonic Forces is the easiest Sonic game to date. But seriously, why would they do this? Just to anger us? Well, it worked. The next world is, what's the stupid ass question mark? What is it? Okay, so it's Baby's first ROM hack number 2. And that's all I can stomach. So the next world is the lava world. It's almost as if the levels in this game are following a set pattern or something. Zavok still at that computer, I see.
Tails, I gotta send an email on this thing. I don't know how.
So the Zeddy are finally making Tails a robot.
When we return, slave.
That's probably a mistake, just leave him alone. I mean, and yep, he's controlling the computer with one of his tails. Wait, how is he controlling the hairs on his tail? And what if Zavok came back or something?
Oh, forgot my keys.
So at another place in the current time, Sonic and Eggman are walking to the base when suddenly... No, I mean that suddenly the lip syncing gets very bad very quickly. Not exactly...
Say you're going to destroy us and stop embarrassing yourself.
levels of bad, but, you know.
Wow, it's quite a drop.
Yes, it is.
Now apparently the Zeddy have been powered up by the big old suck machine, but... Zaz, you gotta hurl a giant metal sphere into the sky. And Zomom can fucking drill through solid earth. These rocks really aren't that big of a deal. Now, does anyone else remember that one cutscene in Sonic Riders Zero Gravity where the characters and props keep moving around between cuts? Well... So Sonic drops these 3 pebbles off this bridge here, and as you can see, they're pretty close to getting to the other side. So Zaz and Zomom appear at the side they just came from, although how they got there without being hurt, I don't know. I can't imagine Zomom has very light footing, and Zaz would probably be screaming the whole time. Anyway, they destroy the bridge and it breaks here. They fall, of course, and Eggman grabs onto what's left of the bridge on their side, and... That's all I'm saying about that. Anyway, so Eggman starts swinging Sonic so we can get back up in time, and... Well, I'm sorry to whoever was on a crunch to try and animate this, but Jesus Christ, what is this angle? And why does Sonic look so goofy here? So Eggman throws Sonic up and falls to his death. So, do you realize what this means? 3 separate characters have had their deaths faked out. Because we already know that Amy isn't gonna die. We already know that Eggman isn't gonna die unless they pull a comic situation and throw a wrench into Sonic cannon. And Tails, really? His sacrifice? So the Deadly Six finally realize that the best option is to attack Sonic all at once, or at least in groups of 3 it seems. Or they'll just attack Sonic one at a time again. Okay, at least they said...
This energy machine has made us way stronger!
So at least there'll be a challenge. Oh, Christ. Zomom is somehow easier than before. Don't know why they all just segregated to this tiny little planet. What the fuck? Fucking really? This camera sucks ass! Okay, I won't fucking move this time. Whoa, something big's coming. Oh. Why the hell are they all using the same shadow size for all these guys? And why is this guy so big now? Who did the model sizing in this game? Why would they re-hide for forces? I mean, look at Middle here. He's huge! I know he's meant to be large here. I know. Where's Chaos, though? Where's he at, though? And that was Zone 1 of Lava Mountain. Yeah, just a boss rush. But hey, at least Act 2 is a full level. Oh.
Made of unique shapes and level design. No 2 levels are the same. No 2 levels are the same.
The visual design hasn't even been changed. It's just got purple order instead of blue. It's even got the exact same music. It just feels really lazy, especially for a level called Lava Mountain. And it's a little bit difficult. But it is, for the most part, fine. A bit cheap sometimes, but whatever. Just don't know why it's here. Well, I mean, I do. It's because it's much easier to rehash a level rather than make a new one. But why not another underground level or something?
Amy? Knuckles?
Oh wait, yeah, Knuckles is also apparently dead. 4 characters they tried to fake us out with. It's a Sonic game. Even when they intend for a character to die, they don't really die. Trying to fake out someone's death in this game, it'd be like making the theme of a Sonic game a modern style war with like strategies and torture and destroying cities full of people. So Sonic meets up with the rest of the Zeddy, who have a crazy surprise for us. Turns out Tails has been turned into a robot. Oh man, he's definitely a robot. It's not like he was completely in control of this whole operation. Of course, Tails isn't actually a robot, he's just dicked himself out in some machinery, but wouldn't it have made a bit more sense if we didn't know whether or not Tails' hacking succeeded? Like, if he was like... Oh god, this is harder than I thought. What made me think I could reprogram an incredibly complicated program with a sandwich pick using my tail? So Tails fends off the 3 powered-up Zeddy all by himself, Sonic sees how strong he's become, and the 2 heroes set off together to finally defeat the Zeddy. Just kidding, of course. What do you think this is, a fucking partnership? Sonic tells Tails to sit his ass down and runs off by himself. So the next level starts off where I expected the first zone to start off, and of course we gotta check for secrets. Or not. So here's where we're introduced to another wisp, Hover, on the second last level. Anyway, Hover's kind of... Well, and they'll just let you keep flapping around with it until it runs out. Anyway, the next section of this level is in a building. Anyone else catch that? Anyone? Looks like they didn't even bother programming the transfer between sections correctly, because if we take a look here... Yeah. Not to mention we keep running on nothing and then Sonic starts wall running. And here we have another baby's first ROM hack level segment. I mean, look at any other Sonic game and you'll see quality made levels. These are just fucking platforms! Like Bubsy 3D! Literally, just platforms! So here's Xena again, and this time she's relegated to the Stomp on Platform mini-boss. She also goes down in 2 hits again.
Lost to a boy.
And let's not forget how the game punishes you for successfully attacking the enemy. With damage. I mean, that's great. You know, in Sonic Heroes, your homing attack bounce doesn't go very high. However, if you keep the button held down, you can actually move surprisingly high. This game will just pick your height for you, which will normally be way too high. However...
What? No flowers?
That could have been a really cool attitude for Xena here. You know, poke fun at girl stereotypes. After all, she's a powerful Zeddy. She can shoot energy beams from her hands. How is it that I'm still finding problems with this game? Listen, if I jump, I don't want Sonic to have to start running all over again. This isn't Kingdom Hearts. Forces does this too, actually. You know what other game doesn't do that? Every other Sonic game! Hang on, did this one do it too? God damn it. How is Sonic hanging on that conveyor belt? Here's Hover again, slipping through platforms and moving up way too fast. Now how the hell was I meant to see that coming? First of all, you put me near the top of the screen, then you set me upwards at the rate of 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is, you know what, I don't even care. I just don't care. I'm done with these fucking ones. You can see why I was so distressed about them coming back in forces, although it turns out that they were the least of that game's problems. So here's Zor again, and well, he doesn't really last very long. So here's a fun alternate path bit. You get to choose whether you want to go this route, running on walls, making sure you jump at the right time, seeing if you want to nab the red ring as you go, dodging the giant missiles, or whether you want to use the wisp and just skip the entire section by watching what is essentially a cutscene. Forget using what you learned, you know, just watch the game do it for you.
You are a waste of my time, Sonic, and I despise waste.
Yep, that's right. I see here that is true. So here's the waste despiser himself, back again, and even when he turns gigantic, he's still extremely easy to beat. And boom, there we go. What a shit final boss. Oh wait, there's another final boss. And boom, there we go. What a shit final boss. Okay, no, so Sonic and Tails make it to the sucking machine, even though Sonic told Tails to wait there. And also, where are Tails' upgrades? He literally took on just 3 Zeddy by himself and got rid of them? They figure out that the machine's already been turned off, and it turns out that Eggman isn't actually dead. Wow, how about that? And of course, he's got another boss fight for us, because of course he does. That's just kind of customary at this point. They've done the same thing 3 times now. Show us the brand new villain, hype up the brand new villain, whoops, Eggman's the final boss now. You know, there have been quite a few Sonic games where the opposites happened, and their stories are generally regarded as pretty good, or at the very least quite suitable for a Sonic game, and the final fight is always a hell of a lot more climactic. Anyway, the final boss, it's well, it's got the, I mean, you can do the, I'm telling you, you got the, there's some sort of, unique. It's a unique one. I also want to say that the music's good, and I can see that I wrote that in my notes here, but I honestly can't remember it at all. It's just forgettable, I guess, even if it does sound good. So Sonic beats Eggman and Tails starts hacking the machine, telling Sonic,
You know you never needed Eggman, right? I could have turned this thing off myself.
And that's the moral of the story, folks. World's ending? Don't take the necessary precautions to ensure everything will turn out okay. Just trust in this one plan which may or may not work. What if Zomom didn't like sandwiches, Tails? What if there was no sandwich pick to hack the computer with? What then? What if the Zeddy just killed you instead? What then?
I just reprogrammed his machine to return our world's stolen energy.
Tails, machines don't work like that. You can't reprogram a whisk to unwhisk something or for a kettle to unboil things. If the machine doesn't have the parts, it can't do shit other than what it's designed to do. Eggman built the fucking thing. If he knew the machine had the capability to do that, then he would have done it himself. He clearly doesn't want the Earth to be destroyed.
Honey, why isn't my jetpack working?
Maybe because I borrowed the exhaust hose?
Did Sonic just kill Eggman? Holy shit, they really did kill off someone this time. So Tails gives back the world its energy, which I think is just the same cutscene from before, just reversed, and the two of them go back home to Minecraft. And somehow they got there within seconds. I mean, only Sammy has been admiring that flower for quite a few hours. Wasn't the tornado back somewhere in Desert Ruins?
I would have wrapped this up sooner, but, what are you gonna do?
Did they seriously just spell that like, whatever, yeah, I don't care, I don't forget it. And then Sonic goes to sleep under a Minecraft tree. Credits roll. No, seriously, that's how it ends. Also, I can't skip the credits! Oh, cool, look at that, the cutscene I just watched. Isn't that interesting? And that's that, Sonic Lost World. I mean, that's an interesting one, I'll give it that. Oh, fuck, there's more levels, aren't there? So there's one last world. And I don't get it. I don't get why they included this. There are plenty of levels already. You'd think they'd spend the extra time just testing for bugs and shit, but nope, more levels, I guess. Well, I mean, we can always try them out, I guess. I mean, let's start with the first one. Wow, that was probably the most boring Sonic level in existence. The level consists of this. Literally nothing else. And it doesn't have an ending. That just ends when you run out of time. Yep. Well, now that we've beaten Rubik's Cube Land, we can move on to the second level, which is flying the tornado? Oh shit, is this the Tails theme?
alone in my chair. I just go about wishing. Wanna be off.
And the third one is the level based around these disappearing platforms. It's harmless, to say the least, which is all I want to say right now. I can remember I was struggling to get past these last few levels, and I'm struggling to even write about them. It's giving me PTSD. And the last level is... yeah, no, I guess we'll never figure out what that level is.